Hello, everyone. My name is Leonardo Lopez. I'm the project manager for Group 5, Engineering Project Management. This presentation is on the selection of a small power marine research boat. Group members are myself, Victoria Cadis, Hussein Elshanwi, Mark Davidson, Sankrith Cody, Rajat Gupta, and Ashman Busal. So the first thing we did was we came up with several selection factors that correlate with the design criteria that we got from the lectures. And so a couple group members formed a design team and came up with this matrix that crosses the selection factors with the design parameters. And we had another group member go online and do some research on these numbers to find the correlation and make sure that we don't put the numbers in reverse. So and we took some notes and went over everything more than once to make sure that we try to eliminate mistakes. So from there, we once we got that finished, we moved on to another sheet that sums up. It takes a sum of all these numbers and puts it into a score for the different configurations. So these are the scores for each factor, broken down into each of the 24 configurations. And then those scores multiplied by the constraint factors and multiplied by the factor weights. We got together a second time on Zoom to discuss the constraint factors and the factor weights. And the constraint factors are initially we had them at I believe it was either 2 or 3. It might have been 3, which was definitely too high. So it like knocked all the configurations out of the selection pool. So they're all 0. So we moved the constraint factors back down to 2 and then eventually to 1, and only kept the most important selection factors at 2, which we determined are reliability, maintainability, and construction costs. And so based off of that, we kind of took the same approach for factor weights. So the factor weights are, we kept those, the highest one is 0.18, which, or 18%. And the lowest one would be 0.01 for aesthetics. And so all the other ones fall somewhere in between. And so with that, we then moved on to another Excel sheet that has a summary of all the configuration of all 24 configurations with all their ratings. And the highest rating one for us came out to be configuration number 3. And even if I change the factor weights a little bit, I mean, it kind of held on to that configuration number 3 pretty well. So that's our selection, our project configuration selection. And so that is size 34, fiberglass, twin engine, half cabin. And so with that pretty much wraps up everything that we did for this week. And this right here is a project timeline. And so I started making this on Thursday. So Wednesday, I just did like a concept sheet that had like some of the formulas in it just to get an idea of what we're doing and not to waste that Wednesday. And Thursday we met up for the first time, and that's when we did the kickoff. And from there, we started with a design and started doing the different Excel sheets and started work, and pretty much every day progressing and doing different tasks all the way through up until Monday. And then Monday, we basically finished cleaning up the Excel sheets and making sure that that we got the logic right. And so after that, basically that brings us up until today. To today, we get the we basically uh, finish with the report, the project report, and the presentation, and then that leaves us with a closeout meeting, hopefully tomorrow or maybe Thursday. But after that, I'm hoping that every week after, that we can improve. But that wraps up everything for the week. And like I said, I mean, a lot of the work couldn't have, I mean, it really boiled down to the design of it. Obviously, I mean, that's where the work is at. But but yeah, that, I mean, everyone put in, well, the majority of everyone, because we're limited on time and on tasks. Not we couldn't really fit. I couldn't fit everyone into a task the way I would have liked to, but things worked out and we got our final results. And the process was in step, with these 5 steps, with concept initiation, concept, project planning, project execution, project monitoring, which is what I was doing basically over the weekend, and then project delivery, which is now, and then the closeout meeting maybe tomorrow or Thursday. So that's pretty much it for this section of the project.